Hello, my friends. Welcome to the stream. Happy July. Hope you guys are doing great. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, and we'll get things started. We got Aaron in the house. Welcome, Aaron. And Willem is here as well. Awesome. You know what, guys? I just spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to disable the reactions on my phone here, because whenever I was doing a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it would show up on the stream and it was really annoying me. Apple reactions. Can hear loud and clear. Okay, great. So, how's everyone doing out there? Edwin's in the stream. Welcome. We got Nicola in the house. Welcome. Sweet. Okay, we are showcasing the submissions for June's challenge. My friends, this won't be I'll just say this right off the top. Hey, Alan, how's it going? Welcome. So this will be, I think, one of the 2 occasions ever where I unfortunately I do not have a submission myself for this challenge, which is a real bummer. And, well, you know, I'll try to be full of excuses here. But, hey, Alexandra. Hey, Emanuel. Welcome. Yeah, I've been in, guys, I've been in rough shape for a week now, I guess. I had dental surgery, some pretty serious dental surgery about like a week ago to replace my front left tooth, as well as I had to do some bone grafting, and I have not been the same ever since. It's the strangest thing, but I guess as the body is healing, I'm just been completely depleted of energy, and I've been sleeping a lot. I almost feel kind of sick, which is weird, but might have something to do with the medication I'm on too, to have it heal. But hey, I got a new tooth. Look at that. But yeah, I am a little disappointed that I just did not have it in me to work on music in the last little bit. And I've been sort of just trying to help people get situated in the academy, all the folks that have joined recently with the new summer sale. If you guys are listening, welcome in. It's great to have you in there. And yeah, just been doing a lot of like sort of admin stuff, trying to get people set up. There's been a few glitches here and there. And yeah, it's really exciting. Everyone who's new is got access to that pop course, which I'm so glad to have out there. And yeah, I was a little bummed because I really wanted to actually write something for this, and sadly I had to miss it. But I am, of course, extremely happy to showcase everyone's submissions here, and you guys all did an amazing job. I think we have 13 submissions. Hey, thanks, Willem. Yeah, the last one was kind of like, it's a long story. I don't have to go into my my troubled dental history, but long story short, I had an accident when I was quite young, and I've had dental issues ever since. Some complicated stuff. But yeah, it was a long time coming, and it was a hell of an operation. It was a hell of an operation, and it really took it out of me. But I got a couple of big metal screws in my skull now, which is fun, and I feel good about it. Just kind of letting the body heal. What else is new over here? I'm working on some stuff for Cubase, doing a synthwave series for Cubase, which I'm extremely excited about. And for those Cubase users out there, you probably noticed that Halion just released an update. I think they're at 7.1 now, so that's cool. I'll probably be downloading that today. Part man, part machine. Yeah, exactly. Totally. A cybernetic organism. Hey, Danny. Welcome. Okay, awesome. We got some folks in here. Guys, should we just jump right into it? So a little explanation of what's going on. This challenge was to rescore the iconic iPod shuffle commercial. I can't remember the year it came out. I think I wrote it in the challenge notes, but early 2000s maybe. Anyway, who here in the chat had an iPod or an iPod Shuffle? Anybody? I don't think I never had a Shuffle. I don't actually think I ever had an iPod too. I had one of those crappy MP3 players that wasn't Apple, and it was horrible. Hey, Andreas. Welcome. Nicola says 30 years in Cubase. Yep. Yeah, awesome. They are the OGs. Edwin had an iPod. Was it an iPod or was it a Shuffle? I just remember the Shuffle because they're really, really small, right? You had an iPod Nano. Nice. Yeah, I never had an iPod. Oh, I had the sorry. What was it called? It was like, remember when iPhone 1 came out? They came out with like an iPod version of it as well. Like it was a non-phone version. I don't remember what it was called. iPod Touch? So I can't remember. Anyway, I bought that. I was living in Australia at the time and I bought one of those and I was pretty stoked, but it's definitely like I couldn't afford the phone at the time. The phone was a lot more expensive. Had the original iPod. Look at that. I was a poor, Mom says I was a poor student and just dreamed of having an iPod. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was just like, I was poor at the time when those iPods were coming out too. And my MP3 player was good enough for me at the time. But I listened to a lot of music on my like computer. I didn't really listen to it. I've never actually been I've never got into the habit of listening to music on like portable devices. It's never been a big thing for me. I guess I had a Walkman when I was a kid, but usually when I'm like go take a walk or whatever, I just like to hear the sounds of nature, the peripheral sounds around me. All right. Okay, let's get into it. We've got 13 submissions to go through here, and they're only 30 seconds each. So I guess this will be a little bit of a... we're going to burn through these pretty quickly, I'd say. But maybe we'll give them, a couple of playthroughs in fairness, because it'll be so short and sweet for every submission. Okay, so who's up first? I believe... Aaron, you're up. Awesome. Aaron Van Lan. Okay, so what does Aaron have to tell us here? The inspiration for this one was the phrase used in the ad, life is random. So I decided to randomly choose some synth patches from Steinberg's Hallion Sonic. Nice. Are you going to update Hallion? Let us know. I was just watching Dom Segalis's walkthrough of Hallion 7.1. Looks pretty cool. He recently just downloaded Cubase to compare to Reaper, and it came with that. Yep. So also used some small samples for the rhythm section, drum set, and shaker, both sped up considerably for the tempo of the ad. First time putting music to an ad, so be gentle. Okay, will do. Yeah, probably gonna update today or tomorrow when I've got a little more time. Yeah, sweet. Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for submitting, Aaron. Let's check this out. I gotta change to my DAW view here. Okay, here we go. Nice. Sweet. Great way to kick this off. Thank you, Aaron. I love the bouncy synths. Very, very cool. And the percussion underneath it. The percussion is, I guess, a little bit more subdued behind the synths, which is fine. I think some of the other submissions here, well, you're going to see like there's a real varied amount of interpretation on this ad. Some people went for very percussive forward, others a little bit less so. But yeah, I love it. That's great. Shh, that's my secret weapon. No audio? Oh, no. Oh, shoot. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm just reading the comments. That's embarrassing. No audio. So that's Aaron's interpretation. No audio whatsoever. Well done. Okay. Okay, why would that be happening? I tested this before I went live. I could see it coming out of the of OBS. So, oh, I know why. I know why, guys. I know why. Bear with me here. Okay, let me check this. Advanced audio properties. And gonna put screen capture into port 1 and 2. Okay. Okay. Let me know if this works. Sorry about that. False alarm. Aaron. My bad. Here we go. Yes. Did it work? Okay, good. Hey, Arco. Okay, good. It worked. It worked. Sorry about that. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. You already got my comments. You got my comments showcasing the track, but you did a fantastic job, Aaron. That's great. Okay, glad I got that sorted. That yeah, it was better that time. See, this is going to be a rough one, guys. This is going to be a rough one. You can already tell my voice. It's just not. I'm not functioning completely here. I can't even speak. More coffee. Hey, thank you, Aaron. Thanks for participating. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll keep trucking along. What's going on? Let's see who's next. So we've got Andreas. Okay. What does Andreas have to tell us? This time, no comment. Okay, no worries. No comment from Andreas. We are just going to watch. I gotta find his submission here. Here it is. Okay. Oh, too many screens. Here we go. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Love that slap bass. Is that you playing that slap? Damn, dude. Or is that a VST? What's going on there, Andreas? Andreas is in the chat, right? Yeah, he is. Give us some notes, man. We want to know what you used. Or is it a secret? Yeah, fresh vibe with funky bass. Absolutely. Hey, John. How's it going? Don't worry, you missed a very rough start. I was just figuring out the audio outputs and all that kind of stuff. Hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, love that bass. Super catchy, high energy. And yeah, solid piano playing there too. I'm assuming that it is a secret. He says, I'd love to tell, but okay, fine. Secret sauce from Andreas. So secretive. Andreas, usually you give me so many notes with these feedback submissions, and this time it's just like total 180. You get nothing. Awesome, man. Great stuff. Okay, let's keep it rocking. We'll listen to it one more time. We'll do a playthrough of each twice. So we'll start with Aaron's here because we only did it once technically. And then we'll do another of Andreas. Here we go. Yeah, so sweet. Andreas says that this time it was not me playing that bass. Wait a second, does that mean that it was AI? Was it the Logic AI session bassist? Oh man. Arco, been a bit late, sorry. Late for what, man? Late for the stream? No, you were here. Busy to understand my crush. Arco's got a crush on somebody? Okay. Cool. Good luck with that. Nice synth rhythms. Yeah, totally. Okay, great. So we got a replay from Aaron and Andreas. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll keep moving here. Who's number 3? Let's find out. Willem is up. Okay, this track is called Wired. Sweet. Steve, thank you for this awesome challenge. When I heard about it, my initial idea was to make a percussion track. I think it's because the Jet version of this ad was discussed in the PMA discussion percussion course. I'm apparently very susceptible to your Jedi mind tricks. I started off with the almond break drum pattern, but later on I simplified it a bit as I didn't give the track a lot of space to breathe. Instead of pure percussion, I wanted to add vocal melodic element to it, thereby making it more of a percussive pop track. Major influence for me at the moment is the French EDM duo called Polo and Pan. Yes, I love Polo and Pan. Nice. Their track, Nana, I think that's how you say it, uses vocal chops in a very fresh and uplifting way, which I wanted to try and do here as well. But instead of using a vocal sample, I made use of the native instrument's glaze. Started with the AO preset, which tweaked and then sent through Isotope Neutron. Early on, decided to follow the percussion course to the end and make a full track of it after mixing and mastering. I then came to the iPod commercial and created a 30-second edit. My idea is to upload it to Spotify as well to the non-exclusive libraries I'm registered with, but I haven't done so yet, so feel free to comment and critique the track. Okay. Thanks for the notes, Willem. Oh, look at that. Andrea says, you are right. First time I tried that new AI. What did you think? I'm surprised that you only tried it till now. You only tried it now. It's been around for a little. It's been out for what, a month now? But I guess I'm not surprised because Andreas, you play bass and you play all these instruments, and I mean, you know, let's be honest. How much fun is it really to use AI when you can actually play the instruments yourself? I don't know. That's my sort of feeling on AI at the moment. I did have a good time messing around with the session bass player, but you know, I prefer to do it myself. I think I think I had more fun playing around with the session keyboard because that's like the one thing I can't do very well. All right, here we go, Willem. Check it out. dude, nice. That's so awesome. Man, Willem, you're crushing it. You're crushing it. I just listened to another one of Willem's tracks a few days ago for feedback, and dude, fantastic work. I love the vocal sample that you're using there, for one thing. Just has super positive, uplifting vibes to it. And yeah, just a solid mix, really solid mix, and also a really nice, what's the word for it? My brain is melting. Bumper? Not bumper. It's got a nice little button ending there, which I think is really important for the kind of scoring aspect of this, is like that final Apple logo. Hopefully I won't get sued for this live stream, but you know, it's free advertising for Apple. This is great. Even though the iPods are, I guess they're obsolete. Does anyone use an iPod that's still and still use it? Is that a thing? I guess that's doesn't really make sense if everyone has smartphones. Yeah, good timing on that ending, indeed. Yeah. Crowd agrees. This is great work. Playful percussion and fits perfect. Yeah, absolutely. Totally. Willem, killing it. Let's listen to it one more time. It's so sweet. I really like one little detail that I think is super cool is right before the Life is Random is like putting a little extra reverb on that vocal. That's a cool little variation right here. And then just like bring it up back to tightness. Very, very cool little touch. Nicely done. Nicely done. Willem said it was a lot of fun. Good. That's the whole point. We got to have fun. Okay, thanks, Willem. Let's keep going. Who's next in line? We've got a submission from Edwin DeGraff. All right, Edwin says, for this composition, I took a quick and dirty approach due to limited time as I was hiking in the Dutch mountains. I selected a snippet from an older song that I had that I thought would fit nicely with the commercial and remixed it to better sync with the visuals. Cool. For the track, I used a rhythmic guitar sample from the famous indie rock guitar pack by Stephen Bedall. Indie rock guitar. I forgot about that. Man, that's been I was like, who? Man, I totally forgot about that guitar pack I did. That's been a long time ago, that course. I feel like that was one of the earlier ones, so maybe, I don't know, what's pushing 3 or 4 years now. Labs, drums and percussion, some synths from Alchemy, free analog lab, and a few samples for added ear candy. Nice. Oh yeah, well, I'm just seeing Willem says that technique was stolen from Polo and Pan. Yeah, totally. Good one. I love Polo and Pan, man. There's a song by theirs, I can't think of it right now. It's like one of my favorite tunes to just vibe and chill out to. Anyway, I'm gonna get lost here. So back on track. Edwin, let's check this out. I'm excited to hear how you use my guitar. All right. Oh, dude, so cool. Really nice. I really like that. That's so cool that you use the guitar. Oh, and I really like this. What's going on with the the descending sort of ambience like behind, like right here. That is a really cool touch. Very, very nice. That like sounds like almost like a ambient slide guitar. That's awesome. Really, really cool. Very, very cool indie rock vibes. I feel like it really suits the vibe of the commercial, and it feels very like 2010s indie rock style. It totally suits the time and place. Yeah, very nice. This should be on TV. Totally. It's got vibes. Okay, let's listen to it again. Killer, man. Thanks for reminding me that of that sample pack. I got to keep making guitar sample packs. That was a fun one to do, and I think it was a really small one for the chorus, but it's something that's on my list of stuff to do. Very cool. That brought me back. Excellent work, Edwin. Really, really, really nice. Okay, cool. Let's keep it moving. Number 5, we've got something from James Barrow. Awesome. I think I got this just in time for today, so that's great. So this track is called, Shut Up and Play Your Harp. And from James, he says, I'm not a fan of the Jerk It Out version you initially referenced, so I searched for others as you'd mentioned. When I found the Jet version, as a rock fan myself who had performed live covers of this numerous times, it was the obvious reference track for me. Yeah, it's cool that you mentioned that. I actually quite like both versions, but they're different. And there is, as you guys probably know, lots of different versions of this iPod commercial. The Jet one was always the kind of the most iconic one in my mind, but the Jerk It Out was I believe it was the OG one with the silhouette style. I'm pretty sure. So, James says, in the Jet version, they got the Shadow models to do actions that directly related to the Jet lyrics. So in my case, I tried it the other way around by linking my arrangement as closely to these visuals as possible. It was fun, enjoyed the breaking out of my old blues harmonica, hence the silly title. I did the occasional vocal myself, but everything else was stock Ableton sounds. Awesome. Loving these challenges. Perfect focal point for me to start to gain traction as a newbie producer. Great. Okay, let's check it out. So we got a different video. I think this is maybe one of only 2 that used a different video, but here we go. Let's check it out. Oh, dude, killer. I love it. Nice details. Like, check this, like the part of the video where he's doing the drum fill. Where is that? You nailed that. That's a great little detail right there. Right here. And the little vocal owls and details. Oh, man. Awesome. You know what, James? It's just so interesting because I feel like of all the challenges, I'm not totally sure about this, but I'm pretty sure. I think of every single challenge that we've ever done in the Academy, I don't know if anyone's ever put harmonica down. That's totally a new one. And I love it. I love the blues rock vibes. It just makes me think that that we should really do like a blues challenge or like a bluesy, swampy rock challenge at some point. Like a roots challenge or something like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, super catchy and fun vibe. 100%. So cool. Really, really cool, unique submission, James. Let's check that out one more time. That was great. We got to do that again. So cool, man. So cool. Great work, James. John is down for the blues challenge. Okay, sweet. I'm definitely down. What do you guys think? Is that a better, visually speaking? Is that a more appealing ad than the green one? They're different. I like that there's a bit of a variation in color. I'm not sure if the OG one is just green, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just green. Interesting the way they switched it up though. Using the Jet song, even though I feel like that track is kind of like was a bit overplayed, was like a stroke of genius. I think that was just such an effective ad, such an effective marriage of like visuals and music. Whoever was behind the ad campaigns of these iPod commercials, man, they were onto something for sure. They must have sold a lot of units. Drum break on both audio and visuals is nice. Yeah, totally. Exactly. Both are nice. Yeah, both are pretty darn effective, aren't they? Green one is more poppy and the Jet one is more rocky. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And then the green one has like those like animated arrows and stuff. There's like a few extra elements in it. So it's interesting the way they kind of differ. Okay. Awesome. Thanks again, James. Let's keep moving. Number 6. John Chapman is up. Okay, so John says, I took a track I was working on at a slower tempo and sped it up to 134 BPM and used this as the main sample. I then added drums, real bass, and vocal samples to finish it. Sweet. Let's check it out. Wow, you're packing a full-on arrangement into there. There's like a solid A and B section. That's a really, really cool turnaround right here. Like just how you're changing the energy. I think right around here. Pretty... Right here. Just takes a turn somewhere else completely. I love that. That's so cool. So, what's the story with the guitar riff? Is that you or is that a sample? Oh, sorry. You were saying it as a sample, right? Use this as the main sample. Added drums, real bass. Yeah, I just love how that kind of twists and turns in terms of the arrangement, energy. Really, really nice work, John. That's super cool, man. Yeah, nice changes. That's you playing that guitar? That's sick, dude. That's such a cool riff. That's awesome. Hey, James is here. Great work, James. So yeah, John played that guitar. That's super cool, man. I really, really like that riff. Okay, we got to listen to that again. One more time. So cool, man. Yeah, really, really cool. I love the filtering in and out too. That's really effective. Damn, funky guitar work indeed. Love that. Love that. What else can I say, man? You guys are killing it so far. This is amazing. Whew. I feel more awake now than I did when I started the stream. Maybe some part of that is the coffee, but also just you guys inspiring me. Thank you. How are you guys doing? I feel better. For those joining late, I was making excuses at the beginning of the stream saying I haven't been myself lately. Just a little under the weather, but you know, I'm doing better. Do you think you could work on MA? Yeah, totally. For sure. Absolutely, I think I could. Who was saying on in the academy the other day that they were like MA was... Oh yeah, it was my friend Matt Siege. He was mentioning that he like had a bunch of his submissions just randomly removed from Motion Array. But he said they got back to him today and it was like a weird glitch. But yeah, no, that's totally got like licensing vibes to it, John. I would 100% submit that. I have a longer version, so that's good. Yeah, so, see that was the kind of the thing like I was hoping to do when I was going to set out to write something for this. It was just going to be okay. Well, 30 seconds is manageable, but it was going to be something that I would totally extend, and that goes for everyone here. You know, like these are the idea here. Is to keep it manageable in terms of the amount of time that you have to put into writing like a 30-second piece. But like these are ideas that everyone could easily extend out to like a minute and a half, for sure. Hey Mohit, welcome. PPLG, welcome. Coming to Vancouver, nice. Any cool places to visit around? There's so much to do here. I don't even know where to start. Go enjoy the fresh mountain air. That's my advice. That's what I do. Just get out in the mountains, hike, get out in the ocean, rent a boat. Enjoy the great Canadian outdoors, my friend. Okay. Before I get lost again. Focus. Okay, what am I doing? Who's next? Let's find out. Thanks again, John. Great work. Number 7. Alexandra, you're up. Okay, so from Alexandra, thank you for hosting this challenge. Funny thing, when I quit my job to pursue a career in music, I came across Apple's ad and wondered at that time how nice it would be to get a placement for such a commercial. I know that the challenge is just for fun, but it would still be a nice experience. Yeah, it would. That would be like the king of all placements. In this track, I used some presets from Tal Noisemaker. Nice. Thank you for recommending it in your new pop course. I just loved it. Yeah, totally. Tal is Noisemaker is great. It's a great little freebie. I also used some percussion and vocal one-shot samples from Kymatics and Production Music Live. Looking forward to this challenge. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Alexandra. Let's check it out. June's Apple. so many cool details in there. I don't even know where to start. That was so awesome. Very, very on point. Love the filtering, the subtle filtering in the for the titles. That's really effective. And yeah, just really stylish. And I just love how you're pointing out, like, there's like a few moments here, like, for example, and a few of you guys did this, which is great. Like when this dude shows up here and does a little like this thing here, just like adding a little vocal sample in there, really tasteful. And just the moments are all captured there with the music. That's so cool, Alexandra. You did a great job. Okay, we're just gonna hope that there's an exec from the Apple advertising team watching this stream right now. I'm gonna get you a placement. Putting the vibes out there. Gonna get Alexandra a placement on Apple. I think, it's funny that you mentioned that in your comments, because like these ads, back when I guess more people were watching television, I guess, I don't know, people are still watching television, but it's more of like a streaming thing. But back in the days of like, commercials, while you're watching your favorite TV show, these ads were just like, I mean, they're so powerful that like they would do a lot to just boost the careers of the bands and of whatever music that they were using for the ads, right? I'm pretty sure that, like, I can't remember if like what Jet's trajectory was, but like I'm certain that the iPod commercial had a really profound effect on just the how much that song like permeated the mainstream. To sound like, I'm sure that it had a really like good effect. I mean, I wonder what they made on that sync, if anything. It's like one of those things where it's like if Apple contacted you and was like, "Hey, we want to use your your song for our ad." It's like you're not going to charge them for it, because it would be like so much exposure, I guess. At least they probably wouldn't have to pay you much. Maybe charge them a little something. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Yeah, that's right. So John mentioned Steve Jobs was heavily involved with shaping how the ads turned out. Yeah, totally. It's funny because I don't know if you guys remember, but there's people have done YouTube videos on this. You can go check it out. It's really interesting that the evolution of these ads. But the first one, I think that before any of these silhouette commercials was this young guy, or maybe he's like in his 30s or something like that. This dude, he was like dancing around his apartment. That was like the OG iPod commercial, I'm pretty sure. And it wasn't silhouetted. It was just him like, freaking out in his apartment and dancing around and being kind of silly. And I think I read that Steve Jobs wasn't really into that ad because he felt as though that the character or the actor that they had to use colored too much of the perception about who this product is for, right? And I think that in large part the silhouetting of the characters was a way to kind of make it appealing more broadly speaking to anyone of, and any age, any demographic. So yeah, it's cool that you mentioned that, John, because I did read that he was really involved in it, and that makes total sense that he would be. Him being the visionary guy that he was. Yeah, totally, Willem. You're right. They were a part of popular culture. They're super iconic. Would have been cool to see like behind the scenes, like what it was like coming. Like whoever made the decision to do the silhouette thing, that was just a stroke of genius, I think. Okay. Okay, thanks so much, Alexandra. Great submission. Really, really nice. Let's move on to, do we do a replay of this? Let's listen to it one more time. I don't think we've listened to it one more or twice, just once, right? Let's hear it again. Unreal. So cool. So cool. Go get your iPod shuffles, guys. Only 99 bucks. Okay, Christopher Taves, you're up next. From Christopher. Sorry. Where's your notes, man? This song is called Dancing in Green. Bailando en Verde. Cool. Main inspiration was that it was only 30 seconds and I should be able to produce at least that. Started with a hip-hop drummer track in Logic. Played in 2 funky guitar parts on my Strat through Native Instruments guitar rig. Put down a bass line and also through guitar rig added extra percussion parts and a lead synth line using Alchemy. Somehow I was left with about 1 billion tracks and the unenviable job of attempting to mix it. Used an Ozone preset for mastering. Okay, cool. Nice. So it got pretty dense. That happens. Okay, here we go. Christopher. nice building, nice gradual building of energy there, and yeah, some really cool, a really cool mix of like funky synths and guitar. Christopher, that was awesome. Well done. Good button ending too. Appreciate that right here. Bow. Not really, I guess, like not like there wasn't a beat on it, but it ended at the right time. But like, I don't know, I guess what is a button ending technically? Does it mean like there's like the kick or the beat hits on that last note? I don't know. There's a certain chaos towards this very end. It's just like whoosh, like a storm building. I love it. Nice, man. Yeah, it's cool. I like the way it starts off, really stripped back and simple, and like you're just building tons of energy throughout it. So well done there. What do you guys think? Let us know what you think in the comments of Christopher's track. That was fantastic. Native Instruments guitar rig. Using guitar rig for the bass line. That's not something I usually do. That's cool. I know they do have bass presets in there. Yeah, it's really cool for sure. 100%. Let's listen to it one more time. Cool and quirky. Yeah, indeed. Nice, man. So cool. Oh man, you guys are just killing it with these submissions, man. I feel like such an ass not having done something for this today. Forgive me, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes, once in a blue moon, I just get overwhelmed. I can't do it. I feel like I've only missed one other submission. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like years ago, but I've only missed now 2 out of all of the challenges, I'm pretty sure. So it's not so bad, right? Yeah, lots of detail that you notice on second listen. Totally. Tons of detail, especially with the percussive textures. Really, really nice. Okay, thanks, Christopher. Great stuff, man. Okay, who's up? We got a submission here from Mr. Alan Kasich. Too Much Arcade. That's the name of this track. And he says, are most libraries okay with arcade splice samples, and could there be content ID issues with someone using the same samples? I always wonder how much I should chop and mask the sample. Yeah, it's a great question. And I would say, it depends on the library, of course. Some libraries are like ideologically opposed to royalty-free samples, like Splice. I think Splice gets like probably unfairly maligned some of the time because it's like the most prominent place for producers to get their samples from. So, but it's like it's a funny thing when you think about it, and I'll try not to get like too lost in thought about it. But like it's like if you're submitting like hip hop, say to a sync library, and they have some stipulation about there being no samples in it. It's like, I mean, like that's what hip hop is, It's like it's a lot of it is just chopping samples up and whatever. I guess you could create hip hop that has like no royalty free samples in it fairly easily. But then again, like if you really boil it down, like what are sample libraries? They're just samples, So, and people are using those too. So if I use like samples from, if everyone's using the same samples from Spitfire strings, they're using this. It's all samples. It's samples at the end of the day. So where do you draw the line on it? I guess for me, it's like if you're using it from Splice, then yeah, I think that there is sort of like a due diligence you have to take in order to like get it to a place where it's not going to trigger the content ID system. I've never had any issues with it really. Some libraries are really much more lenient about it. Like for example, working with Artlist, they're pretty cool about it. That being said, like they don't have like it's not like they make they tell you directly you have to make sure you chop these samples up. Like I think it's more just that the people reviewing the music are music producers themselves, so they're going to recognize splice samples. And if you just dragged a bunch of splice samples into your track, they're going to be like, well, we can hear that you just did that. So they're pretty smart, they're going to know what's up. So I mean, I've submitted tons of hip hop with chopped samples to Artlist, and they're totally cool with it. It hasn't managed to be an issue with the content ID system. Some of the samples I use are a little bit more exposed than others, but yeah, so far so good. I don't know. I think with arcade, it's the same issue, right? Like, there is also, I mean, the arcade is kind of useful in the sense that you can pitch them up and down and change the time, like, so you could chop them up in the same way that you chop up splice stuff. I just think of arcade as like, okay, well, just treat it all the same way. Just get creative with it, bring it somewhere new, and you probably won't find that you'll run into any issues as long as you're being creative with how you use samples. That being said, I think there is some libraries out there that are just like adamantly against it. I definitely had a discussion with like a publisher couple years ago who was like, don't use splice in your tracks. I'm like, okay, like no problem. Like what about all of the other royalty free sample companies, like them too? And it just got like, it's just a messy conversation. Everyone's using them. I think it's just really a matter of like how you're chopping them, how you're being creative with them. So yeah, it's a difficult question to answer, right? But Alexandra says, I recently watched a YouTube short video about currently trending songs, and the samples that were used to produce them are from Splice. Let me tell you, I didn't hear much changes of the samples. Yeah, I mean, totally. You can, for sure, there's a few like pretty popular songs that have used Splice samples, and they didn't really do a whole lot to them. Totally. I think the question is about output arcade. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think of arcade and Splice the same way, Willem. It's like if I'm using a loop from arcade, then I'm really aware that this is the same loop that thousands and thousands of other people are using. So like, how do I take it to a place that like is interesting and original? Quite frankly, I don't really use arcade loops for rhythm and like, sorry, not, what I mean is like, I use arcade to texturize stuff a lot. Like I use a few lines, quite a bit, like the aura line and like I'll use it to like create swells and stuff like that. But, I tend to not really gravitate towards arcade when it comes to like, drums and like bass and that kind of stuff. But, I have before. There's nothing wrong with it. Alexandra says, I am also worried to use samples and tend to tweak them a lot, worrying about them being recognizable. Yeah. I personally run a sample through Shazam and see what comes up. And as Alexandra says, some people just slap it on. Yeah, totally. It's a thing. I mean, it's been like a constant discussion for over years about like what the right amount of, like what the right thing to do is in terms of working with libraries. But I feel like libraries are pretty subjective. They all have kind of different takes on it. And yeah, I just try to like, I just try to be as creative as I can with it. But like, I don't think working with samples, especially if you're working on like on a genre like hip hop, it's like, that's just part of it. It's like hip hop is based on sampling and chopping up like, old soul loops and stuff like that. So anyway, I don't know. You guys throw your thoughts in the comments below. It's a complicated discussion. Sorry, I'm getting I got lost again. Where are we? Alan, sorry, I totally I meant to play your track here. Here we go. Okay. So this one's from Alan and it's called Too Much Arcade. All right. Oh, nice. Super funky and tight. I love that. So yeah, I'm assuming that the bass line is from Arcade. I feel like I recognize that bass line from one of the lines. Yeah, interesting. It's great because it totally suits the vibe of the commercial 100%. That was kind of the way that I envisioned this track. Was just like really tight and funky. Like that's how I would have approached it too. Exactly like that, with kind of an emphasis on showcasing a bass line and like a beat. It just like let it do all the talking with a few little horn blasts here and there. Totally exactly what I would have done. So yeah, great work on that, Alan. Aaron says, I think the differentiation, like Alexandra said, between being creative with it and those that just throw them in with no alteration whatsoever. Yeah, totally. So yeah, Alan says the bass is from Arcade. Yeah, totally. I think I recognize that one. I feel like I've used, there's a few lines from Arcade where like there's like really nice, okay, I'll tell you which lines I use all the time from Arcade for like texturization. Is the patterns line and the aura. Like those are the two that I always come back to, because you can kind of like I'll layer it, I'll send it through a lot of processing, and it'll work really well for having like, kind of like moving pedal tones in a track, especially like if you're working on like a cinematic piece. I shy away from using like the bass lines in Arcade, not because I'm overly concerned about using the samples and triggering content and all of that kind of stuff. It's more just that there's not enough flexibility for me with the lines, right? Like I would rather be able to create variations in the bass line and move to like a B section, and you're only going to be able to really do that if you like use a VST or like actually play the bass itself. So I think the problem for me is sometimes with using those kinds of loops is that there's not enough flexibility to move outside the loop itself. Like it's such a focused particular sound that it's difficult to create variation from it. So I think it works really well if you got like a short, tight piece like this where you don't need a lot of variation. But that's always the thing for me, because like I remember working on a few tracks for Artlist last year that were in this sort of vein, like they were just like tight, funky, bassline focused tracks, and I got annoyed with where my bass was at in terms of how it was sounding, and I was like, I wonder what kind of bass loops they have on Splice. I wonder if I could chop them up and stuff, and I found a couple of cool ones, but ultimately it wasn't enough for me to feel like they were like, it was just the same sound and line, and like I wanted to move away and create variation, and you can't. I was restricted by doing that with the loop. So I think like for me that's kind of the some of the issue, if that makes any sense. Sorry if that was kind of rambly. The lo-fi line Downtime has some great instruments. Yeah, totally. There's another one that's like kind of more mellow too. I can't remember the name of it, but there's a few great lines there. And a lot of them I don't use too much. I find like that there's like 4 or 5 really useful lines for me, and the rest of them I just don't bother with at all. Yeah, that was great though, Alan. Let's give it another listen. Those little horn lines are so sick. Almost every single person that submitted to this got this little moment right with this like adding a little vocal thing in here with this guy. It's so cool. I love those details, man. Nice work, Alan. Really, really cool. Sorry if I feel like I'm just like I'm just rambling. I'm in a very rambly mood, so I'll try not to ramble too much more. Thanks for listening to me. So, let me take a sip of coffee, collect myself, and we will continue. Who's next? Okay, Alex Snarsky is up. Rhythm of Life. Alex says, I wasn't really keen on this one, but once I put the drums down, everything else flowed really quickly. Had no intention of putting a vocal track down either. It all kind of just happened, and surprisingly, I had heaps of fun doing it. Plugins used: guitars, stock Logic Pro amp Sims and Logic Pro Phase Trip plugin. Bass, Native Instruments, Scarby Rickenbacker. Keys, Lounge Lizard, Logic Hammond B3, drums, Easy Drummer, vocals, lots of layers recorded through a shit mic, which I think covered up the fact that I'm not really a singer. Okay. Mix-wise, I ran almost everything through UA Pultec EQ and used the Fairchild compressor when needed. If I needed any extra polish on tracks, I used Saturn II and Gullfoss. Also, sorry again, I don't think I'll make the live stream as it's 3 a.m. my time, and I have to work. No worries. No worries. Thanks, Alex. Am I guessing? You can write in the comments later, but the fact that you said I had heaps of fun doing it, is that an indication that you were possibly from Australia? I remember all my friends used to say heaps when I lived down there. Anyway, okay, let's check it out. See, the English say loads. Canadians and Americans say tons. And Aussies say heaps. Alex Narsky, here we go. Rhythm of Life. Dude, what? Get out of here. Get out of here. Those vocals are sick, man. What? That's awesome. Bonus points for adding the vocals. That sounds great. That was great. Wow, you downplayed that big time. Maybe that was the plan. Downplay the vocals and then surprise them all. That sounded fantastic, Alex. That was really, really nice. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think? Aaron said, just a side note, had to minimize the stream to work on something, and then I thought an actual ad had come on. There you go. Mission accomplished. Yeah, that was absolutely just killing it, man. Really, really nice, Alex. Perfect track. Alex with the sandbagging. Totally. Super energetic and fun. Dude, okay, let's listen to that again. That was really, really nice. Oops. Here we go. That's so cool, man. Honestly, so cool. What a submission. Those vocals are just deadly. I love the energy, man, and also like the organ at the beginning, like the mix of the organ and the guitar is absolutely just killing it. We're gonna go through all these at the end of the stream too, one more time, because I'm just having fun. Super energetic, man. Alex, thank you for all this information too. Really, really cool. Lounge Lizard. I don't know about Lounge Lizard. I've never heard of that. And Logic Hammond. Yeah, cool. All right. Noted. Got me inspired. Great riffs. Wicked track from Alex. Thanks again, man. Okay, let's move on. We got 3 more submissions. 2. I believe. Emanuel is up next. Okay, so Emanuel says, I went for an energetic drum and bass track, even if the tempo didn't match perfectly. I used Massive and Numa for the synths, Contact for the bass, and Splice for the percussions and voices. All right. Here we go. Whoa, totally, something totally different. Really, really cool, Emanuel. That's really interesting take on it, to go for the drum and bass thing. What did you guys think of that? That was really interesting. And yeah, like different tempo, but it kind of it felt good. It felt good with the visuals. It's got had that Ronnie Size thing vibe going on. That brought me back to late 90s, early 2000s. That was super cool. Interesting. Yeah, fire. 100%. Yeah, drum and bass was a really great idea. Totally. I don't think we've ever had a drum and bass style submission for anything either. This challenge has brought in all sorts of interesting ideas today. Very, very cool. Nice work, Emanuel. Just going over your notes again. I wanted to see. So massive. And I actually don't know much about Numa or anything really about Numa. I have to check that out. It's cool that you use massive. I feel like people have forgotten about massive. Ever since like Serum came out, it sort of just like went to the dustbin of the synths, right? But I know people still love it. I never really got into it myself. And not because I didn't like it, but just, I don't know. When Serum came along, it sort of swept me up a little, and I still, use Serum fairly often. But there was this games composer who used Massive only, and I'm going to forget his name. But I remember he did a couple tutorials of using it, and I was like, wow, super, super cool. Okay, we're listening to it again. Here we go. So sick. Nice work, Emanuel. Fresh and unique. Totally. All right. I think we've got two more, or maybe just one more. I think this is from, we already did James's. So Nicola, you're last. Nicola says, I only had 2 hours for this. Very interesting challenge. Okay. If you did this in 2 hours, then I definitely have no excuse. Nice work. Okay, let's check this out. Here we go. Nice. Love those guitars, man. Super loose and like jangly. Got some sick Rolling Stones vibes in there, but also like that organ mixed into a lot of folks got like the organ guitar thing locked in on this submission. Very, very cool. Beautiful work. I like the way you're changing up the chords when you get to that life is random moment too. That's classic. Oh man, this has been a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to take a nap. I feel overwhelmed by the amount of inspiration and work you guys put into this. Just as always, you guys just totally blow me away on these submissions. Just insane. Keith is in the house. Yeah, totally. I was feeling like I had a Rolling Stones vibe to it. Yes, totally, John. Absolutely Dandy Warhol's vibe. Early 2000s loose indie rock thing. Brian Jonestown Massacre. Felt like very, very much like it belonged with the ad, totally. Man, we had like electronic submissions, we had rock, we had some blues, we had some drum and bass. You guys are just on fire. Let's listen to them all again. from top to bottom one more time, and then I'm going to go. I guess I'll sign off. Thanks for being here, guys. And thank you for these wonderful submissions. Really, really nice job. I'm going to try to post up July's challenge today in the Academy. And yeah, starting with Aaron. Here we go. From Aaron. Aaron says all at the same time. You wouldn't believe how many times because I usually load these tracks into the DAW. You wouldn't believe how many times I didn't solo the track and then played everything all at once. It doesn't sound good. Alexandra. Sick. Alex. Hit single right there. Alan. So dope. So dope. Andreas. Funky, funky, funky. Christopher. Sweet. Awesome. Edwin. Super on point. Love that. Emanuel. Super dope. Super dope. Nicola. Sweet, that's a banger. James. I love it. So cool. John. Fire. Absolute fire. And Willem. So sick. Life is random, guys. What can I say? You guys absolutely killed it. Let me know in the comments what your favorite submission was today. You can vote for yourself. Alex is the best today, says Nicola. Yeah, Alex was certainly got bonus points for those vocals. That was awesome. Everyone just, I don't know, put a lot of thought into this submission into this challenge as always. I'm incredibly impressed with everybody. I would highly recommend that you take these ideas and flesh them out into full arrangements, like 1.5, 2-minute long arrangements. Easily all of these could be extended. And maybe that was like the one thing I kind of regret. It's like, maybe I wish the commercial was actually 1 minute long, because these are so fun to listen to. 30 seconds seems a bit short, but this was a quick turnaround for this challenge because, as you remembered, I posted it pretty late. And so didn't want to stress everybody out. I thought 30 seconds would be a little bit more manageable, which hopefully it was. But it's amazing, as a few of you pointed out, it's like even 30 seconds, writing something in 30 seconds is a challenge. So thanks for bringing it, you guys. Totally awesome. Sorry I didn't get around to getting anything done myself. I'll have to make up for it next challenge. And speaking of which, I'll try to post that up today, and we can all get busy on that. And I'll see you in the next challenge live stream in August. Gosh, we're flying through the summer. Hope you guys are all doing great. Appreciate you all. If you are new to these live streams, to this channel at all, my name's Steve, and these are the submissions for the challenges in the Production Music Academy. You can check out productionmusicacademy.com. Got lots of interesting content up there, educational stuff, courses, community, and just great vibes overall. Yeah, great job, everyone, indeed. And wishing you all well. Have an enjoyable rest of your day. And to my American friends down below us here in Canada, we are all wishing you a very happy Independence Day tomorrow. Hope you have a lot of fun. And to everyone out there in the world, love you guys very much. Thanks for being a part of this amazing community. And yeah, throw your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. And I will see you guys soon. I guess I'm signing off. Cheers. Goodbye. See you next time.